Sup, I'm Katie, and this is my channel, and this is Jovie, and she's really fun, and we're gonna have a conversation.
I'm gonna ask you my questions first, okay? Okay, girl.
All right, I was born ready. Actually, I was born crying.
So, Katie, we're gonna just jump right into this because I know you've done these with other people that I'm not gonna repeat their questions or, the more I get to know you, we're gonna go deep. In this video, we're going deep, okay? So, the first thing I wanna know is, Katie, what risks are worth taking?
Now that's a good question. Oh, now I want to write about this for a while. But the first thing that comes to mind is so clear that the risk of helping someone, even if there could be backlash about that, is worth taking. Someone needs to eat. If someone needs basics of life, that someone needs respect and love, they deserve to be fought for.
So I have a completely irrational fear of belly buttons. I don't know if this is like a well-kept secret or not, but I am totally afraid, disgusted. I hate belly buttons, my own and everyone else's. So I want to know, what irrational fear do you have?
At first, I was like, I don't have any. And then I remembered a time when I was going down a ladder. I wasn't even that high up. I was maybe like 2 feet from the ground, or maybe even less than that. And I just was terrified and frozen and not able to put 1 foot backwards to go down. And I was stuck there for a while. And I'm not even scared of other heights. If I have plenty of firm ground under my feet, I'm fine. But for some reason, this tiny little ladder just freaked me out. Oi!
Cool. What smells do you like? What are 1 or 2 of your favorite smells?
Fresh baked stuff like bread, cookies, and puppies. Puppy smell. Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that too. Katie, you recently celebrated your birthday, so I want to know, what is the best thing about getting older?
The best thing for me is the sense of perspective. So many of the things that I thought were a big deal, or I thought I needed to care about, I don't have to care about them anymore because I've lived long enough to see that nobody cares. For example, shaving my legs and armpits. Nobody cares. I can have this time. I can be free. Freedom, freedom, yeah, freedom.
If you had a personal flag, what would be on it?
It would be something matching both sides of my personalities. Maybe down the middle or in diagonal, and one side would be a sloth with a computer and Netflix on it, and just and candy, pistachios, just stuffing my face and doing nothing. And the other side would be I don't know. So there's the lazy side. I need something to show a more fun, actually action-oriented side. Okay, me doing a pose of the Napoleon Dynamite dance. Sure, why not? That. Best answer ever!
Oh, that's creative. Isn't it funny how sometimes strangers can have a really big impact on our lives? Something small that someone might think is just an offhand thing actually really affects us. So I'm wondering, have you had something like this? And if so, what is the biggest impact that a stranger has had on your life?
My very first tour, I was 19 years old. It was my first time of being away from home for so long. It was the tours in the group that I was with were 4.5 months long. And my whole life, for almost the entire 12 and a half years I was with Covenant players, I was dealing with strangers. There wasn't really a lot of time to get to know people. But my very first tour, most of the time I was when we were in teams, we were staying in different people's houses together. But it was like the first time that I had been away from my team because the lady only had a room for me, and it was cold. I think there had been a big storm outside. I was missing my family, and the way that she just made a fuss over me, and she just gave me this hug. She just felt like a grandma, and I just was so happy to have somebody wanting to take care of me and wanting me there, and her hug just felt so nice. That made a pretty big impact on me.
And the last question that I'm going to ask you in this deep dive into the brain of Katie is, when is the last time that you actually changed your opinion about something?
Oh my goodness, my opinions have changed and been formed by so much of what I've experienced and seen. Like, everything's been held up to a microscope. A big thing that I remember, I don't know if it's the last one, I don't like mark in my diary, I changed my opinion about this today. But like, a big one was having grown up hearing that socialism is so evil and so bad, and being in a socialistic country. And when my kids were born, 2 months early, we were in the hospital for 6 weeks, and we didn't have to pay because people pay high taxes. And it's just like, yeah, okay, we're so happy to pay taxes because we were taken care of. I know for sure that would have been well over $1 million bill in the U.S. Not bashing on America, just saying I've changed to know that there are definitely good things about socialism. God bless socialism.
Yeah, I hear that.
Now it's my turn, and I like to ask everybody where they're from and where they live, and just for you to tell me a little bit about yourself. So, varsågod. That's you're welcome in Swedish. Little Swedish lesson for you.
That's a difficult question, Katie, okay? Because I am from all over and I live in the Netherlands, but I was born in Belgrade, Serbia. I lived there till I was 5. Then we moved to Toronto, Canada. So until I was... Do you hear that? These builders give me no freaking peace. They're just rudely building my neighborhood all the time. Don't know I'm a YouTuber. So I was born in Belgrade, Serbia, lived there till I was 5. Then we moved to Canada, where I lived in Toronto from the age of 5 until 15. When I was 15, we moved to Scottsdale, Arizona. No, we moved to Globe, Arizona, and then to Scottsdale, Arizona. And I lived there till I was about 23. Then I went to law school in San Diego. And then I came to the Netherlands when I was like 25. And I have lived in The Hague, the Netherlands, pretty much ever since, with a 1-year period that I lived in Sierra Leone. So there you go. There's a very long answer to a very short, simple question, but it's not the case, right? Simple doesn't always mean simple for everyone. I don't know. There's just like so much. It's such a big question. I don't know how to answer that. Like in a job interview, I would tell you about my job skills, but this is just like a chat with friends. And to you, Katie, I would actually tell you real stuff about me. Not that I wouldn't do it on YouTube, but like, I'm not going to be like, oh, the saddest moment of my life was this. No, that's, so let's see. Okay, I am a mom to 2 absolutely amazing kids. My son is 5.5. My daughter is 2.5. They are the joy of my life, but a lot of times they're also the biggest stress in my life. And Katie, you know that you get lots of calls from me that I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna survive today. But at the end of the day, no one makes me laugh as much as these 2. And I love seeing the world through their eyes. And I think that they help to keep me and my attitude and everything young. Because yeah, even though we have so much responsibility with kids, seeing all the things like from them and seeing them get so excited like about something like a ladybug, for example, it makes me excited about ladybugs too. Like, I don't want to talk about the work stuff, like that's boring, although I did have a pretty cool career. So In my pre-mom life, like before I was a mom, and I had a career in international criminal law. So I first worked as an international war crimes prosecutor. Then I worked in chambers, which means like working with judges and like helping write decisions and things like that. And then finally, I was a international criminal defense. I was on an international criminal defense team for a former president of a country. I'm not going to get too much into it, but that was kind of like a really cool thing. So, I mean, cool job experience. It's not cool to be accused of war crimes ever. That's not cool, but it was a cool job experience for me. That's not a little bit, but that's that's what you get when you ask a big question.
I love it. I love hearing the details about people's lives, and I'd love to hear all of your stories, all of them. So you asked me all these wonderful, meaningful questions. Now I'm going to take things down a bit. I've seen some of your TikToks, Jovie, and you can dance. So tell me, what has influenced your dancing?
What has influenced my dancing skills? All right, girl. All right, listen. In Serbia, okay, I have Serbian blood. Both of my parents are Serbian. We don't listen to music, okay? We freaking feel that shit. Like, we feel it in our veins. And a lot of the time, Serbian, like when you're out at a bar or a club or whatever, like when you feel it, you even get up on that damn table and you dance. Like, that's like you feel it so much that the floor cannot contain your feeling. And I have that, okay? So anytime that I hear music or something, I'm just like my body is like involuntarily, it's starting, it's going, we're gonna get to this place, we're gonna start dancing and feeling and ta-na-na-na-na-na-na. So I would say genetically, I am pre-modified to be prone to dancing. And also the fact that I have no shame. So like, I don't care. I will dance anywhere, anytime. Usually, like, I'm the first person out on the dance floor. Like, I don't care. I don't need to be drunk or silly or nothing. Like, music is enough. It is enough.
Yes, I feel that. I will sing anywhere. I will dance everywhere too. But the dancing is probably more as a response of making other people laugh than about feeling music so deeply. But music and dancing, fun stuff. Why let a good opportunity go to waste? But seriously, hearing you talk about how passionate you are about enjoying the feeling of music, that just makes me feel good. I just like that.
Okay, take it down a notch.
You're the best. Okay, I'd love it for you to now share an embarrassing story. Go for it.
An embarrassing experience? Does my answer to the previous question count? What is something that, okay, here's an embarrassing one for you. You see these windows. Now, Dutch houses usually the Dutch house is 3 levels, and we're now on what's considered the first level. Like, I'm in the middle layer of the sandwich, okay? That's where I am. And the way that it works here in the Netherlands is like a company will kind of they have their territory in certain neighborhoods. So, window washer company, I didn't say. So a window washing company will have its territory in each neighborhood. So they come like once a month and you pay them. They come and they clean all your windows from the outside. So we do use this service. The thing is that the companies, they don't ever have like a set date. Like, I don't know that on the 25th of each month they're here. They kind of come whenever. So one time I was getting out of the shower, which is here in my bedroom, like behind this wall that you see. And my curtains were kind of down, but not fully down. Like, they also come down from up, like I can block part of it. Anyway, I walk out of the shower butt naked because I'm in my room. The curtains are mostly down, only to see the face of the window washer, like straight up. He was like, burp, like right in this window here. And I just stood there like, oh shit, like butt naked. But other than that, I mean, I embarrass myself on a daily basis. So you just gotta laugh and move on, because otherwise I'd be a very unhappy person.
I know 100% what you mean. So now I'm curious, what are you afraid of?
What are you afraid of? Belly buttons. Didn't I just ask you that question? Wait. I asked you an irrational fear. What am I afraid of? I'm afraid of belly buttons, and I'm really, though, my real fears are that my kids will grow up without a parent the way that I did when my dad died when I was little. So sometimes that is like a really deep fear that I'm sharing with you now, but that's also sometimes that I think about, like, what if my husband or I died and our kids had to grow up without one of us? That is terrifying for me. So yeah, death, for sure.
Man, whenever I hear anyone that has this kind of fear, I'm just like, don't worry, I'll take care of your kids. Or, like, I just want to either help or connect people to get the help that they would need in any of their fear scenarios. That's where my brain goes. But I'm really sorry about your dad. Man. So, perfect segue here, but what made you want to become a YouTuber?
What made me want to start a YouTube channel is I just felt like I had an experience in the Netherlands, being an expat, becoming a mom specifically, and learning all of the things that come with, how do you vaccinate a child in the Netherlands? How, when they're sick, where do you go? All of these questions that I had to learn kind of the hard way, because this information either wasn't available in English or there weren't YouTube videos about it. So I really wanted to make that to help other people. So yeah, and also I really, really, really wanted to be able to work from home, and the only way that I could figure out to do that is to work for myself and to do YouTube, so that I could be around for my kids, since we don't have any family or anything around that can support us. So I just really wanted an extremely flexible job, and YouTube offered that. So yeah.
It is cool to see a need and fill a need. And you've done such an amazing job with that and built such a great community over there. I can't believe the amazing comments you get on your channel. Okay, now this has been just eating me up inside. Like, I can't sleep until I know the answer to this question. If you were a dog, what breed of dog would you be?
If I was a dog, I would for show, be a coton de Tuilier. Okay, what the heck is a coton de Tuilier? It is what my dog is. Hang on, shall we get him? I don't know if he's here, but I'm gonna get him to show you. These dogs are called the royal dogs of Madagascar, because they come from the island of Madagascar. But what I really love about them is that they are used very often in a circus, because they love to be on two legs and they love to kind of dance. So since we already covered my, genetic mutation of dancing, and like feeling it, yeah, a dancing dog, for sure, yeah. How about you? What would you be?
I love it. I would probably be your basic golden retriever that's just bounding over and loving everybody and protecting everyone and just wants to give the lovinge.
Katie, thank you so much for having me on your channel. This was absolutely a blast. I had so much fun asking you questions, hearing your answers, and having you ask me all these weird questions, because it's so fun. It's really, really fun. So thank you, Katie. And I can't wait to talk to you later. Hugs! I don't have nostrils of death, but you got that.
Don't worry. I got this.
Hugs! Squeezy! Virtual hugs. Bye.
Thank you so much for doing this video with me. And hugs to you and nostrils of death.
It's really weird to pretend to be talking to you and reacting to stuff that you'd be saying, but yeah, there you go.